I actually have a full frame lens in my pocket and I don't even know that it's there. It's that light. Laowa has just tried to attempt the cutest lens ever made. It's a cookie lens, not a pancake, but it comes with chocolate chip and it's a 15mm Tony 5. Is it viable?
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So we are, of course, on the superior Voigtlander 20mm Tony 3.5. Can you beat this combination for vlogging? I doubt it. Canon R8, it's super light, just digital stave, it's good enough. It's fantastic, but I was curious. They reached out to me. They're like, hey, we can send you this lens to borrow. And I was like, no, you're not like Sony or Canon, you're Laowa. You give me the lens and then I do the review. So they agreed. It's mine now. Will I regret it? It's a 15mm Tony 5, so it should be super wide. I was not in focus for that. Let's switch to it and see what are the pros and the cons of this tiny little cute lens from Laowa. Oh, wow. Oh, that is fun. Ultra-wide lenses are fun. What is the sound? Ow. Did that guy wink at me? Okay, first flaw. That did not take long, unfortunately. Canon does not allow you to set digital stave in this lens. Probably because it has no electronic contacts. And that's a bitch. That is a bitch. So we have no stave whatsoever, and that completely ruins all the ideas I had for this lens. But maybe it's okay, because it's so wide. If it is, that is so light and fun. You don't need a blurry background. Do we have some 3D pop? That is fun wide. I can't believe how light. This combo weighs this. Full frame, 15mm Tony 5. That's basically like a DJI action. I brought it. Wow, let's compare it. Not yet. First I want to see, is the stave doable if you walk with no stave whatsoever? It doesn't look doable. Oh God. Okay, that's not gonna happen. Now let's try digitally staving in DaVinci Resolve. It's still like it's gonna crop in a bit, but that's fine. That's okay. It's not gonna hurt anybody. Okay, so you're viable. It's just an extra step that will annoy me, but is it sharp? The minimum focus distance is quite close. Don't look at my eye rash. And then as you come out, it's got a weird manual focus like pin. And I'm in now, it looks like. I'm gonna go get some slow motion squirrel footage somehow with this lens. It should look pretty funny. So like one thing I'm noticing, 39mm filter thread. Good luck getting anything for that. That's tiny. So like you'd have to step up ring your way to like a 49mm or something. And you get a glimmer glass and then we're all right. If you're curious if it gets sharper as we stop down, it's got clicky apertures. Stopping on down there. Just getting sharper. Is that the max already? 22 it does? That's probably diffraction territory. Can you tell which one is full frame? One is much higher quality, more expensive. Very interesting. DJI is on that side. Interesting. We're at Tony 8, so I imagine optimal sharpness has been achieved. And everything's in focus. Exposure is a bitch on that DJI. Same with Canon, probably. You don't really expose for me, ever. So, like, would I recommend this setup for vlogging over a DJI? Probably not, due to the stave. It's really unfortunate that I chose the RF mount. If I had IBIS on Sony or something, it would have been much better. But I didn't want another Sony lens. So that was a big mistake. That is unfortunate. But this is what we have. And maybe it's good enough for slow motion squirrel footage. attempt to take some photographs for some reason, and then I'll go home, review this footage, we'll do a little in-studio test, and I'll let you know if this passes the strict camera conspiracies stringent. I don't know the word.
In this shot, we can see discarded children's packages because they misbehaved at dinner. Little Timmy opened his mouth and showed his sister the food inside his mouth, and they threw out their toys as a punishment. The leading lines lead you into the parents' thought process behind punishing their children. One leads to the mother who made the decision, the other leads to the man who now sleeps on the couch. In this shot, somebody gave up on exercise. They threw out all their helmets and bike racks and decided to instead lift corn dogs into their mouth as bicep curls. While I do wish them well in the corn dog Olympics, I do believe that bicycling is safer for mankind. I took the bike rack and I sit on it in the shower. This next series of shots shows my pitiful attempt at freezing the action while creating motion speed. The speed at which the cyclist traveled was not frozen by my shutter speed, and I have no idea what I'm doing to get this effect. In this shot I froze absolutely nothing, but everything is blurry, showing you no speed or stillness. But in this shot it almost worked, and I love that. The delivery driver beat his friend in a race to bring the fat guy food. This could have been a dramatic moment if I had any idea what I was doing. The motorcyclist almost killed 2 pigeons, but I missed it. I caught one pigeon morphing back into his angel self before eating a pizza crust bagel bun. And I also managed to capture 3 angel pigeons flying away as a cyclist tried to kill them. I'm pretty sure you shouldn't kill angels. It's one of the worst things you could do. In this shot I noticed there was a sign warning pedestrians to not walk on the street, but there was a guy rudely trying to walk, and he was arrested soon after taking this photo. In this shot you see fake fruits and vegetables that were hybridized to contain more sugar per ounce than any Kit Kat bar. They pretend to be healthy, but they'll rot your teeth, spike your insulin, and make you fart 7 times in the next minute. As an action wildlife photographer who focuses mostly on angelic pigeons eating bagels, I noticed that I could get pretty close to the pigeon. Using the perfect shutter speed to convey the action, I noticed that his friend in the background was jealous of the guy eating the pigeon bun. The angel in the middle is wanting the pizza bagel bun. The one on the left regrets eating it, and the one on the right would like to have sex with either one of the other pigeons. In this perfectly aligned masterpiece of architectural photography, I managed to just utterly center the frame, and everything is just so perceptively perfect. I hardly believed it when I looked at the photo. In this shot, I wanted to show how perfectly I could balance the horizon while walking by somebody panicked, hoping they didn't see me. Everything is sharp, the shutter speed is perfect, everything is level in the horizon, and the tone is beautiful. In this shot, I also used shutter speed to perfection while I focused on the Christmas tree ornaments as people blurred past me in the background, and you can hardly see them because the shutter speed was perfect. Had to turn my hair light on. So I have thoughts. It's really unfortunate that Canon has decided, I think this is tying in with their whole, we don't want third-party lens manufacturers to make lenses for us. So I think Laowa might not be allowed to create electronic contacts, which would then allow digital stab to work. So like this lens is utterly useless if you want to vlog with it on a Canon camera. I should have went with the Sony mount. Oh, that right in the gut. It's cute how fun and tiny it is, and it was fun carrying it around, taking pictures with a 15mm lens for some reason, street photography. It handles okay. There's only 5 toniature stops. It's weird, 5 to 22. And then the manual focus, it takes some getting used to. It's a little pin on the underneath. It's like there's no ring almost. You have to use the pin. It's okay, I don't mind it, but it's weird. It's strange. When you go to minimum focus distance, there's quite a bit of breathing, as you can see. It breathes. But it's like, once you get to in focus, which is here, it seems like you can slide it and you're still in for a long ass time, and eventually it's infinity, showing the clutter of your life. It focuses very close,
kind of magical. That close macro with the 15. It's almost the Micro Four Thirds version, the 7.5mm Tony 2. It's actually less tonnet, but about the same size, if not lighter, full frame. So I don't know, I had the 15mm Tony 2 on full frame, and that thing was huge and heavy. So this is nice to have such a tiny thing. Too bad it's unusable actually moving. I imagine a landscape photographer would have fun with this. You're already stopping down, it's tiny, it's in your knapsack with your frickin' water bottle tube. You don't mind drinking plastic. Whatever, that's your life. You're on a mountain, you're making coffee in the morning, a bear's about to attack you, he's scoping out your tent. You have fun with that. It's a decent lens. I can't see myself ever using it because I thought it would be the ultimate wide-angle vlog lens, and I can't stave it. So that's getting sold immediately, but thank you, Laowa, for sending it to me. May you rest in peace. And decent. 3D pop, I almost noticed some on that pigeon photo. I was like, is there pop? There could be. You never know. It's a tiny thing. There's one element in there. Not bad. So that's it. Thanks for buying a Camera Conspiracies t-shirt. What do you think of the lens? Decent? Might be better on a Sony mount or a Nikon. Do they even make it? I don't remember. I'll leave. Lens reviewed. Confirmed. Subscribe for more videos.